I want to kind of shift gears a little bit as far as like, how has social media really affected your life, and how important is it that people start getting social media and understanding that it is the new wave? It's a new way of doing things. Number one, it is the future, whether we like it or not, but we're going to get left behind if we don't step up and start creating content and start creating this around our business, social media around our business, relevant in the next 5 to 10 years. Businesses are going to no longer be relevant in the next 5 to 10. What do you think about that? And how has social media play a role for you?
100%. I think that we are in the best opportunity right now that we're going to see in our lifetimes, meaning that right now is very inexpensive to put your business in the eyes of the people that are going to buy your product or service. If you're not putting it, it's like imagine back in the days when TV started and they were actually saying, hey, you could have your own TV show, or you could have your own advertisement TV, and hey, it's going to cost you dollars instead of hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the top. This is the new TV. This is the new radio. This is the new TV. And I know the fear that every single man is going through right now. That's my age. I'm 42 years old. And I know 40s and 50s, we're like, I don't want to be in social media. I'm like between, because the fear that we have is that people are going to judge us. The fear that we have is people are going to find out the crazy shit that we did in the past. And the fear is that people are going to like, hey, Daniel, hey, Raul, I met you in college or in high school. Like, you were not this guy. And that's what we have to get over, the fact that nobody gives a shit about what you did in the past anymore, unless you're running for politics. Then that's a whole different story. But even that is working for the politicians. If you're a businessman, you need to start putting in your story so that way people could follow the journey. Because in the market that we're in right now, people buy from people that they believe in, meaning they believe in your struggle, they believe in your story, so they will buy your product, especially the new generation that's coming in. They want to know why they should buy from you. There's no longer big brands who are going to be selling their products. Is the story that's going to sell the products. So if you don't share your story, you're robbing somebody from knowing who you are. And I think that we're trying to portray this perfect image all the time, with perfect scenario all the time, and that's done. Like that no longer works anymore. People want to do business with human beings, not with robots anymore.
And there's so many human beings that now are building their own businesses. I mean, you can build a business by joining a company and being a part of another company. You can now be an independent contractor of companies. There's so many ways to build a business today. And so, but like my organization, we recruit about 300 people a month today. And so what happens is that, we're always bringing in these people that are completely fresh. They're completely new. They have no idea what's going on. And we have to take them and literally train them from the ground up to understand how to be a real business owner, how to be a leader, how to sell, how to overcome objections, how to influence others to their way of thinking. And so, so a question I had for you was, if I was a new recruit working with you, what are some of the tips that you would give me? And I'm just fresh, man. I'm fresh. I don't know anything about anything, man. I'm just trying to figure out business, figure out leadership, figure out my mind. What sort of tips would you give me? What would you tell me?
I'll tell you right now how I started my real estate company. Okay, I was 21 years old. My mentor said, "You want to learn how to sell real estate?" I said, "Yes." He gave me the yellow pages and said, "Start with the S, because that's Sanchez." Okay, you start by calling Sanchez. All right. So every single day, I made maybe 200-300 phone calls of looking up if people want to buy real estate, if want to invest in real estate. So now, fast forward to today, I don't have to make those phone calls. I don't have to look at the yellow pages. There is LinkedIn, there is social media. All you have to do is put your message out there and test what people want. So I will not get attached to the product. Don't fall in love with your product. Fall in love with your customer. And start looking at what does my customer need. So I would say, do a quick video, a quick post that, hey, I'm starting on this new company. I'm getting feedback. Here's what I'm offering. What would it take for me? Don't try to sell people, ask questions. What would it take for me to sell this or for you to buy this? If you're starting real estate, I will say, put a post that said, hey, I'm just getting into real estate and I'm just beginning. I'm looking for feedback of what are you looking for in an investor? What are you looking for in a contractor? What are you looking for? And just get feedback. And then take that feedback and then create your content based on that. And the next content piece will be like, hey, the 3 questions I got here from people that are looking for this product. They ask me this, and that. And let me answer this for you. And then you become the expert and you become part of the conversation. That's all social media is. Social media is a network of people that want to connect with one another using technology and the human touch. And I think that Bill Gates said, before Facebook, Bill Gates said, the company that uses technology with a human touch is going to run the internet. And then I think 5 years later after he said that, Facebook came out. And Facebook used technology to connect people as the human touch because we're seeing each other, is more personal, but it's also using technology to leverage who sees it. So if you were a new recruit, I'd say start putting out content, post, and connecting with people because that is the asset that you have, the connections, the network. So before you used to say that your network is your net worth, now that is more truth than ever. That is more truth than ever. Your network, who you could reach. I mean, look, we're talking here. We didn't meet, one-on-one. It was through social media that we met. And I can tell you, 100% of my clients have made millions of dollars, and they came 100% out of social media. Had it not been for social media, I would not have been able to do what I do. I probably would have continued to do real estate. But this medium has changed everything.
It's changed your life. It's changed my life in ways that I'll never really understand. I mean, most of the recruits that are coming in today are purely from social media relationships. And look, I mean, the truth is people don't answer their phones anymore. I mean, you call somebody on the telephone today, they don't answer. Yeah, you can get a text back, every once in a while, but people tend to find you when they're ready to find you. And what I love about it, at least for me, at least for my audience, a lot of my audience are, kind of going through some similar stuff that I went through. And what I love about it is the people that contact me, they're already interested already because they've been researching me for months and sometimes years. And when they call me up on the phone, they're like, hey, man, I want to go into business with you. I like you. I know you. I mean, they feel like they know me. They send me a private message, and I actually answer my private messages back. I think people make a lot of mistakes where they do not answer messages back. They do not, there's not a two-way street. Yeah. And so I do kind of think that people, I mean, what are some of the mistakes that you're seeing business owners and business people out there make? Do you see some common problems that they're having?
Yeah, you make it about you. You think that it's more important to look good and to sound good than to bring the value to people. And actually, my team just called me out about a couple of weeks ago because I started doing my selfie videos like 5 years ago. I didn't have a production team. I didn't have this whole studio. I just put out content selfie video. So they just called me out the other day, say, hey, Raul, what was the last time you put a selfie video? It's like, shit, probably about a year ago I didn't put a selfie video because we have, like, I'm so accustomed to our production team just do a professional video that just this week I started putting out selfie videos again because we can't forget the simplicity of this medium, that you don't have to have a whole production. I know a lot of people say, well, once I have the team that you have, Raul, I'll start putting in content. Once I have a podcast like you, Danielle, then I start putting in content. Once I have that, no, that's fucking bullshit. Get over your fear. You have a phone, put out content. You have a video, put out content. That's all. So the mistake that I think people make is you make it too complicated and you get fancy. And I'm speaking from my own experience. The moment that I get fancy, I know, okay, I'm in trouble. I need to go back into the grind. I need to go back to making things simple because that's the most engagement that I've had has been in my selfie videos again. Because even though I have professional videos, people still want that realness, that raw conversation.
It's crazy because, this morning I'm just, look, I'm 44 years old. I mean, this is a new thing for all of us. I mean, I've been doing social media for, 5-6 years now, but I really in the last year started figuring it out because I think that a lot of people are doing it wrong and they've been doing it wrong. The people that just, they screenshot somebody's post and then they put it on their own and try to make it their, I mean, like you do that all day long. I mean, every now and then I like viral stuff I'll post on my feed, but come on. I mean, most of it's my original content. And so, but I think that, and I did that, by the way, my first 5 years on social media, that's all I did it was just quotes the entire time. It was quotes and it was just taking stuff from other stuff that people had. And so I was doing it wrong. And there's so many people that are doing it wrong, Raul, because they're not connecting. People want to see in your life. So this morning I'm making my green drink and so I'm actually filming it. And I'm just laughing in my mind going, this is what people want to see. They want to see me in my house drinking my green drink. They want to know what I eat, number one. They want to know what I eat. They want to know what my kitchen looks like. They want to know where I live. They want to, and so, but it's weird. It's still weird. But to me, I've always said, man, weird is rich and normal is poor.
Thank you for watching our short clips on Alonzo Academy. If you'd like to watch the next short clip, click here. If you'd like to watch the entire podcast, click here.